With all but one game from Week 16 in the books, this proved to be a critical week in the NFL season, and there's a lot to take away from this week's action. We're diving right into this for today's video, so before we get started, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel for more content, as all support is very much appreciated. Now with that being said, let's begin. The first takeaway from Week 16 is Michael Thomas is the best receiver in football. He set the single-season record for receptions in a season on Sunday, and that record stood for nearly 17 full seasons. He set it against the Titans and now has 466 career catches through nearly 4 years of his career. That is by far the most through any player's first 4 seasons. He has 9 games out of 15 at or above 10 receptions, and he has just 1 game this season with less than 6 catches. There is no receiver in the NFL that produces at the rates he does, and there is no receiver in the NFL that is as consistent as Mike is. His Twitter handle of "Can't Guard Mike" couldn't be more fitting, and this is a top 2 of the best seasons I've ever seen a receiver have in my memory, with the other being Randy Moss's 23 touchdown season in 2007. The next takeaway is the Ravens are going to represent the AFC in the Super Bowl if they can play Raven football. What I mean by that is getting Lamar going and simply not turning the ball over. The Ravens defense is among the best in the league, and to any quarterback going into Baltimore in the middle of January to try and throw the ball against that secondary, all I have to say is good luck. The AFC at this point runs through Baltimore, as they have beat elite NFL teams such as the Patriots and the Seahawks during this insane 11-game winning streak. With running back Mark Ingram straining his calf in the Week 16 win over Cleveland, the bye couldn't come at a more perfect time. The only negative about the Ravens is if they do lose the first playoff game they play in after this magical run they are on, the narrative changes around Lamar Jackson drastically. The next takeaway from Week 16 is, and hear me out here, but the Bucs at minimum have to give Jameis a 1-year extension, if not further. Whether that's a franchise tag because he wants a long deal or he simply accepts a 1-year deal, the Bucs need him for 2020. They are in the worst position a team can be in, and that's stuck in mediocrity, at least for 2019. Jameis Winston is leading the league in passing yards and has shown flashes over his 5-year career. The turnovers with Jameis will always be there, and that's just his style of play. But the problem is, if the Bucs draft a Justin Herbert if he's there, or if Tua falls because of medical reasons, they're not going to be better in year 1 than Jameis will be in 2020 in year 6. A free agent more than likely won't be either unless they land someone like Teddy Bridgewater, and hypothetically Drew Brees will be a free agent, but the realisticness of him leaving New Orleans for Tampa is less than 0. The reality is Jameis is too good to be a backup, but he's not good enough to be considered elite. The Bucs need him for at least 2020, and hopefully for Jameis' sake even longer. The next takeaway is the Seahawks may have lost a game at just the right time. The Seahawks lost to Arizona Sunday, and the positive that comes out of this is they got a loss right before the playoffs, which may get the worst play out of their system. Truth be told, this scares me with the Ravens that they peaked too early and haven't lost since the end of September. But the Seahawks play for the division next Sunday night in a game I'm very much looking forward to, and depending on which San Francisco team shows up, they could end up with a first-round bye. Seattle, though unlikely, could also end up with the #1 seed if the Panthers beat the Saints. Regardless of what's out of their control, is the Seahawks' loss to the Cardinals may propel them to win the next 4 games and potentially give them another Super Bowl title. I'm a big believer in losing a game before the playoffs actually helps a team, and if they do end up winning it all, I will 100% come back to this video and reference the Cardinals' loss helping them out. The final takeaway from Week 16 is the Giants' win made them lose severely. The Giants played great offensively Sunday as they put up 41 points as a team. Daniel Jones threw for over 350 yards and 5 touchdowns, and Saquon had over 275 total yards on offense. But the question is, at what cost? The Redskins now have the higher draft pick and the #2 overall draft pick, and with the Bengals almost guaranteed to take Joe Burrow, the Giants winning a meaningless Week 16 game could place them against Chase Young twice a year for the next decade. If this indeed happens and the Redskins have a defensive line of Chase Young, Jonathan Allen, Daron Payne, and last year's first-round pick Montez Sweat, good luck to any opposing offensive line, not just the Giants. The Giants' win may have cost them the next elite pass rusher, and the worst-case scenario of a division rival and having to play him twice a year is likely to happen. Anyway, that's all I have for today's video. I hope you enjoyed, and if you did, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. Again, thank you for watching, and have a great day. Skol Vikes.